How to take over a fort in Middle-earth Shadow of War from the start till the end. In this video I will show you gameplay that was provided to me by developer Monolith Productions after my play session, and also parts of the almost 2-hour long live stream they did, which will give you more insights in the game. Got any questions? Drop them down in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit the like button. It was really awesome to fight alongside a huge army and take over a fort in my Shadow of War gameplay session. Check out my full impressions of the game by clicking on the screen. In that video I also said that I would explain how a full fort assault would go. First off, you start with the preparation, and there is a lot you can do. See, around the fort there's a huge open world that you can explore and fight countless of enemies in to, for example, gain levels or earn loot. With that loot you have a better chance of killing enemies once in the fort. You can also already kill war chiefs to make the fort assault easier. As you see here in the army screen, every war chief brings their own perks like a stone wall or enemies that have better defense. The level of the fort shows you a combination of all the different perks of that fort, so if you killed a war chief already, the fort level will decrease and then they will have less protection. Apart from killing them as preparation, you can also recruit them so they will fight alongside you. It's for example smart to recruit an orc with a bow when fighting an overlord, and that's the last boss of a fort that is weak against ranged attacks. So if you want to kill a war chief first, you can mark them and engage in the fort and hunt them down. So that is before you assault the fort. Choose to kill them or add them to your army. One side note is that you have to be the level of the orc or higher if you want to recruit them. You can shame them though, that will reduce their level, and if you then encounter them again, you can maybe take them over. If you got enough loot, gain some levels, and maybe killed or recruit some war chiefs, it's time to assault the fort. You will trigger this by going to an action point nearby the fort that will say capture, and that will trigger the assault menu. Here you will see your army against the other. Like I already mentioned, the level is a combination of all the war chiefs and all the other things that are going on. And like you see here, they bring their own traits like a stone wall and an iron gate like I already mentioned. Meaning that it will be harder to take down and that you can better find another way to get inside this fort. On the left side you see your army and your war chiefs that all have 3 traits, and you can select one of them to help you. Like a mounted cavalry, a drake that can help you shoot fireballs from above, or that you can mount yourself and shoot fireballs from above yourself. I want to do a video with all the current known assault skills, so subscribe to stay up to date on that. The higher level you are, the more war chiefs, so more traits you can bring into battle. If I remember correctly, the 5th slot was for level 35 and the last slot was for level 45. That one I know for sure, but they can of course still change it because it was an early build that I played. Important to note is that all the traits that you select cost money, so while it might be awesome to get mounted cavalry, it might not be smart because you can kill like this fort without it. So that's some sort of like management going on there that maybe you sometimes don't need the extra support. Then if you think you're ready, the game goes to an awesome cutscene where you see the overlord saying nasty things about you and your war chiefs will make fun of him. So then the game can start. Once the cutscene ends, it's time to conquer the fortress by taking over 3 capture points in a linear order. First A, then B, then C. You put a flag in the spot if there are more allies on it than enemies. If you capture the spot and there are still some enemies on that point, they will die. War chiefs protect these points, so when you engage a point, the chances are high that the camera will move to the war chief. Then it will do some sort of small talk, and then after you fight them, you can kill them, recruit them for your army, or shame them. So then you can come back later and maybe get them to your army. Even if you capture the point, you do have to do something with the war chief before you move on to the next capture point. But why leave that war chief alive? It's of course also nice for that sweet XP and loot. Also interesting to note, and I think I noted this during my impressions video as well, that even if you forget to pick up loot during a fort assault, it might be that allies pick it up for you. So at the end of the fort assault, you will be able to equip all the loot that you want. After you've captured all the capture points by mount, by drake, by troll, or just on foot, you can enter the palace where you need to face the overlord. That overlord will have a ton of allies in the room as well, but you can bring your bodyguard, so that is a good one. You have to choose one of your allies as a bodyguard that you can summon at all times, also in the palace, while all the other allies will stay outside. You can't recruit the overlord, so you will have to kill him in order to take the fort. If you lose, like if you die against the Overlord, you will have to restart the assault, but you can start inside the palace. At least that was the case in the demo I played. But on the other hand, the warlords also like died in the fort, so it makes sense that you can immediately go to that checkpoint. If you succeed though, you will be able to name one of your war chiefs as the overlord of the fort that will then oversee that fort as you go out and assault another castle. The fort and area will change with different overlords, so it could be that there are a lot of different variations. And then there will also be defending a fort, since Sauron will try to attack it as well. When we hear more about that, I will let you know, so be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on more Shadow of War content. Hopefully this video helped, let me know if it did in the comments down below. Requests for new Shadow War videos are welcome as well. Like the video if you did, and I will speak to you next time. Thanks a lot for watching, goodbye.